Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. NZD soars to 5-month highs as NZ beats out COVID twice. Analysis http ntvforex.com News ID D8475889 2020 21:49 p.m. The US dollar fell to fresh lows against Euro, the Japanese yen and New Zealand dollar on Friday. NBSP this morning. US economic reports were mixed. Consumer sentiment improved in the month September, but the current account deficit ballooned in the second quarter. NBSP The uptick in sentiment is a surprise considering that stocks declined and extra unemployment benefits expired for many Americans. However, this suggests there is still a lot of hope that a vaccine is right around the corner and economic activity will return to normal. NBSP Even though stocks are flat, the rally in the dollar is still a reflection of risk aversion because USD/JPY fell for the fifth day in a row to a one-year low. According to Fed President Kashkari, the central bank should hold off raising interest rates until core inflation is 2% for approximately a year. He is one of the most dovish members of the FOMC, but his outlook reflects the central bank's lack of desire to change policy for the next few years. It is this steady for long stance that causes the tug of war in currencies and equities. NBSP The global recovery is losing momentum. Virus cases are on the rise in Europe and could spike in the US when schools reopen, but as long as funding is cheap, stocks refuse to fall. At some point one of these factors will overshadow the other. NBSP With less than 7 weeks before the US 2020 presidential election, it will be difficult for stocks to sustain its gains. The rise in virus cases in Europe should be a cause for concern for all EUR/USD traders. NBSP The ECB is not worried about the level of the currency, but if new restrictions lead to a further slowdown, the central bank may have to alter its stance. Right now, the euro attracts buyers because the ECB's policy is less dovish than the Fed and BOE. NBSP Unlike the Fed, they haven't made any major changes to their inflation strategy, and unlike the BOE, they are not at the cusp of lowering interest rates. NBSP Keep an eye on next week's Eurozone PMI reports because a slowdown in service and manufacturing activity could be the key trigger for EUR/USD reversal. Sterling is also at risk for a correction. Even though retail sales rose more than expected in the month of August, Bank of England dovishness and the serious prospect of a no-deal Brexit means GBP/USD should be trading closer to 1.27 than 1.30. Meanwhile, it tells us something when the Australian dollar refuses to rally despite blockbuster labour market numbers this week. NBSP Between risk aversion, growing US-China trade tensions with ban of TikTok and WeChat, and China-O relations, the currency could see its first close below the 20-day SMA since September 9, which may usher in a fresh wave of AUD/USD weakness. NBSP The Canadian dollar also declined on the back of softer retail sales. NBSP The New Zealand dollar on the other hand rose for the 6th consecutive trading day to a 5-month high after the government reported no new COVID cases for the first time since August 10. NBSP New Zealand has been at the forefront of combating a first and second COVID wave, and their success at eliminating the virus twice. NBSP is one of the main reasons why the New Zealand dollar is one of the most loved currencies and a lesson for many other nations. NBSP. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me/mt5.expert.advisors.